Hi, my name is Dr. Alex Lloyd, author of the #1 best-selling book, The Healing Code. And for the last 20 years, I've been teaching people all over the globe how to remove the blocks that prevent us from having more wealth, better health, freedom from worry, and fulfilling relationships. If you have unresolved fears that are holding you back in your life, or traumas and negative patterns or self-sabotage that are stopping you from being able to love, to live life to the fullest, and to shine, no matter what you are going through in your life right now, whether it's illness and pain, a relationship that's causing you emotional suffering, if you're struggling financially and can't see a way out, I want you to know that you can turn your situation around. Your body is made up of 7 octillion atoms, and every single one of those atoms is influenced by your thoughts. The most powerful supercomputer in this world exists inside you. It's your brain. Your brain uses between 10 and 23 watts of power every single day and processes around 10 to the power of 16 operations per second. That number is more than 1 million times the number of people on planet Earth. Every time you have a new thought, you are creating new connections or neural pathways in your brain. When you have the same thoughts or emotions automatically triggered by a certain event, this emotion or thought comes from a neural network that was wired when you experienced an event for the first time, and the same chemicals are produced and released in your body as if it were happening again right now. Every time you experience a similar event, the same neural network is triggered, and you're usually not consciously aware of where that's coming from or why you feel that way. The challenge is that most of your responses happen on autopilot, based on your previous experiences. If you grew up with great role models and an empowering life, then you're one of the lucky ones who probably has a pretty great life today. But if you had traumas in your past that you haven't been able to heal, then your life is likely to be filled with similar experiences that keep coming up again and again. Put simply, your past experience are the reference points your brain uses to decide how to respond in the here and now. It's the reason so many of us just kind of role play our parents in our relationships as adults, for better or a lot of times for worse. The most valuable gift I can share with you is the key to healing the cellular memories that have been forcibly imprinted on you, mostly by well-meaning adults during your childhood or passed down from past generations. With your permission, in this video and in my upcoming free online workshop, I'm going to pull back the curtain and share with you my 3 most important discoveries in the area of neuroscience and energy medicine. They are the result of over 2 decades of my research in the areas of health and psychology that help people to quickly rewire their neural networks, heal those cellular memories, and let go of years of struggle. I want you to know that life was not always easy for me, and without my own fair share of struggles, I wouldn't be talking to you today in this video. When I married my wife, Tracy, I thought we were going to finally live our happily ever after dream life together. I had the perfect house, an amazing new son, and I was deeply in love with my wife. She was my sweetheart, my soulmate, everything I could ever want in a woman. And then tragically, one day, out of the blue, something terrible happened, something that changed our lives forever. It was the worst trauma of my life, but today I am so grateful to God Because if it hadn't happened, I would never have devoted my life to studying neuroscience and energy medicine, and I would never have been able to help so many people overcome the extreme challenges that all of us face in our lives. My beautiful inside and out wife changed dramatically into an entirely different person, and almost overnight. She had cried constantly, had no desire to do any of the fun things that we had done before and that all of our friends still did regularly. She became angry at the drop of a hat and just wanted to sit alone in a locked room. After visiting 3 doctors, we finally discovered what was going on. Tracy was depressed, and it was the bad kind, the genetic kind. The doctor said she would have it till the day she died and not to believe anyone that said anything different. The heartbreak I felt seeing her in that state was almost unbearable. And within 3 years, Tracy wanted to get a divorce. We had tried everything, from traditional psychology to diet change, antidepressants, natural remedies, you name it, we tried it, but nothing seemed to work. For 12 years, our lives were a living nightmare. Traditional psychology had failed us, along with the millions of other people all over the world who spend years in therapy with little to no results. Because even though analyzing your problems and talking about them for hours, days, and years gives you the illusion that you're actually getting better, the truth is, most of the time, all this usually does is make things worse by reinforcing those same neural pathways in your brain that are caused by the past traumas and programming. And this kind of approach usually never treats the root cause. When I thought things couldn't get any worse with my wife and I, the most dreaded thing of all happened. Something I never would have imagined in my worst nightmare. My wife took a depression test and scored in the suicidal range. And she confessed to me that every day she wanted to die. She said, "Honey, I just don't know what to do. I just want it all to end. I can't control my thoughts. Please help." To be honest, until that day, I had almost completely given up hope of us having a normal life or marriage. But I knew if I didn't find an answer soon, I was now going to lose my wife forever. I read every self-help book I could get my hands on. I spent thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on seminars, traveling all over the world, searching for an answer. I went back to school and got 2 doctorate degrees to try to become an expert in depression. Anything that might help my wife. One of the things that really struck me during this time was seeing the damage done by so much of the New Age pop psychology that gets repeated over and over again in books and movies, like The Secret, even though there is a lot of good in The Secret too. They tell you all you have to do is just visualize what you want, be positive all the time, do your affirmations, and by some kind of miracle, $1 million will soon land in your bank account, and the life of your dreams will magically show up.